Well, Mistress Dandelion, here we are again.
Here we are.
In the Madhouse.
Yes.
With all you creeps, you cretins, you Madhouse maniacs.
Yes, you Madhouse maniacs.
It's we're going on the second month of it. We're well on our way into a new year.
Yes, we are.
A new year. We've got a lot planned for this year. It's all surprises, but you'll be the first to know, or the second. What are we doing tonight?
Tonight we are watching Werewolf in a Girl's Dormitory.
Strangely enough, I've never seen this film.
Really?
I have not seen Werewolf in a Girl's Dormitory.
Oh, so fun, so fun.
So, but you can choose a movie based solely on its title.
Yeah.
And if there's a title, Werewolf in a Girl's Dormitory is one. That's a bitchin' title.
I think so too.
I can't wait to see it. I did do a little bit of homework, so we'll get into that sometime on another break. But right now, 1961, Werewolf in a Girl's Dormitory on Movies from the Madhouse.
There was a fool in school. There was a fool in school.
Yes, who are you? What do you want?
I'm Julian Olcott. The director is expecting me.
Enter, please.
Thank you.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
Be calm.
1.
Wolf doesn't bother anyone. I'm Walter, the caretaker.
I'm pleased to meet you.
The studio of the director is in front of that court at the left.
Down there in front?
At the left. Give me your suitcase.
Thank you
Take it.
very much.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
It's a pleasure for you, too, isn't it, teacher?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, give her some air. Give her some air.
Quickly, please take her to the infirmary and make room so that she can get some air.
Look, she can't even look at a new man without fainting dead away.
I'm sure she's pretending.
That one? I've known that one for a long time, way before she faked it.
Mary has a marvelous ability for always being in trouble.
Love has never killed anyone. She's just found a way to make it pay plenty for her. Beautiful.
I don't think that's the reason she did it.
Then what do you think it is? Only a man can make Mary pass out. She's bound to recover in the infirmary so she can go out tonight.
You are Julian Olcott, sir?
Yes, I am.
I am Leonora MacDonald.
I'm very glad to know you.
The director is expecting you.
Thank you.
Julian Olcott, correct?
Yes, that's right.
How do you do?
Pleasure. Dr. Benson told me to see you, and here I am.
Dr. Benson is an old friend. He wrote to me. I've been expecting you. Sit down, please.
Thank you. There's something I should tell you.
Please, sit down, Doctor. Yes, Dr. Olcott. I know everything. Benson explained it to me, and he also said you were acting in good faith.
That's very kind of you. You know the court of law has found me to be innocent.
I know. So here you'll just be Professor Julian Olcott, and the past shall be of no importance.
Thank you. It's very good of you.
You don't have to thank me. Thank our mutual friend, Dr. Benson. I hope you'll be comfortable here. Our institute is not a house of punishment. The girls are given a chance here by the generosity of our benefactors. Without this institute, the majority of them would be in some state reformatory. We are trying to give them work and an education and put them back on the right road. No one is ill-treated here, but your job will not be an easy one.
Very good. I shall do my best because it's also important to me to find myself.
Surely, the past can become a nightmare unless we can free ourselves of it.
Sir, while I was coming here, I saw a girl who had just fainted.
Oh, that's Mary Smith. Don't be concerned because she's just coming off age.
I hope the future will be better.
Yes. But you must remember that here you are not a doctor anymore, but just a professor of science.
Of course, I won't forget.
If you come along, I'll show you your quarters.
Ah, thank you very much.
This way, please, Professor.
Sandy. hear the wolves? The other day, the farmers had to kill 2 of them. The people are going mad with fear.
If I were Mary, I would be frightened.
Look there.
Mary! She means trouble, so why bother? It's better to forget her. Let her go if she wants to. Look.
It's Leonore. She sees Mary, but why doesn't she try to stop her?
She's the one who doesn't want to be seen. Funny if she had a lover.
A lover? And who could it possibly be? Maybe it's that new professor that just arrived here today.
If it is, I can understand it. He's pretty good looking.
Any man looks good to you.
You should never be here at night.
Let me go. Don't touch me, pig. You've got your money. Let me go, or tomorrow I'll spill everything. About you and about him. Let me go.
Get easy or you'll be sorry. I want you in one piece.
I came here only because of the promise you made. Leave me alone. I came here because I want something.
What is it you want now? But I've given you everything.
And so who needs it if I have to stay walled in here? Make your promise good to get me out. You wanted a little love on the sly? Then find me a way out of this pig pen tomorrow night. Do you hear? Tomorrow night.
No, Mary. You know very well the court has sentenced you, so only the court can possibly free you, Mary.
My body for a middle-aged oversex phonier. Now you expect to get off the hook. No, you don't.
Aren't you forgetting, Mary, that you have the letters? The letters. When you give them to me, I'll free you.
They're burned. Remember, they're important proof. Very important. So careful.
No, wait. Something can be done. Wait.
You won't keep me waiting. Or tomorrow you're finished at this school.
Mary, wait. Wait. I'll think of something. Sheena. Sheena. Sheena.
You really are corrupt, Alfred.
No. It's not about her again. Not this time. It's now something horrible, Sheena.
I saw. You're a beast, not a man, my dear, so go to the devil.
I haven't done anything. I haven't done anything. I'm not with that girl anymore, it's true. She's blackmailing me. The letters. The letters. Yesterday, I wrote a letter to her that can be a disgrace to me.
You're not only thoroughly miserable, Alfred, you're without a doubt a pitiful imbecile.
But I didn't sign them, never. They can't possibly suspect they're mine.
You fool! How far do you think you would go if everyone knew what you really are, Sir Alfred Whiteman?
I know it, Sheena. You're right.
Miss Schultz, is it all right, please, to go in there? I want to see her.
No, it's not possible. Take this, distribute.
In my report from the coroner, he said the girl was assaulted by wolves, and she died as a result of the injuries inflicted.
But she could have had a meeting with a man a little before her death. I don't believe it could have been the wolves.
A girl who wanders out at night into the forest. And Professor, she was alone, mind you. Not to mention the probable rendezvous with someone could very easily have been attacked by wolves.
Poor girl. It's a terrible disgrace to be destroyed after years of work. I fear that the good name of our institute will be compromised.
We can't be concerned about the Institute's good name. In a case like this, sir.
Here's Sir Alfred Whiteman.
Sir Alfred, something horrible has happened.
Sir Alfred, I believe you know this girl.
Yes. I believe I've seen her, of course, at some time. May I leave now, please? What has occurred has upset me very much. Excuse me.
Sir Alfred, will you join us, sir, for a minute or so, for I have to complete my report. Purely a formality, of course. Sir Alfred, if you want to go soon, we can finish in a few minutes. I can sympathize with you, but I can't avoid the formalities.
Of course.
Priscilla, what are you doing here? You'll be late to your next study hall. You must go quickly. Why are you waiting?
I thought I'd forgotten my notebook, Professor. Walter is the director in his office. I have to see him immediately.
Why do you have to see him?
It's personal. It's none of your business.
It would be profitable to get together with me just a little. Give me a chance.
I don't bargain with your kind.
Is a day to remember. For today, there is a new Thunderbird. That was the sound of it. This is the shape of it. This is how it can be for you in the Thunderbird for 1961. Unmistakably new. Unmistakably Thunderbird. Notice, it's not a hair wider nor a tenth of an inch longer than Thunderbirds you've known before. It is simply more Thunderbird than ever. There's a new Thunderbird convertible, too, with 4-passenger luxury for all the world to see. The Thunderbird touch is everywhere. In no other American car will you find this, an optional swing-away steering wheel that moves over to welcome you in, then pivots smoothly back to the normal driving position. Or this, a rear-view mirror permanently bonded to the windshield to give you a better view of the cars you leave behind. There's a new Thunderbird motion, too. You can feel the eager might of the new Thunderbird 390 Special V8 engine that wings you swiftly, silently up to highway speed. You bridle it through turns with a touch. It happens this way only in a Thunderbird. There can be a day like this for you, a Thunderbird day. Your first day with your own 1961 Thunderbird. Unmistakably new. Unmistakably Thunderbird.
Blind terror strikes fear into the hearts of innocent people. The morgue receives the victims of the blind dead. There's no escape from the blind dead. They are the Templars, devil worshippers, a death cult that has risen from their 1,000-year-old tombs to begin a horrible reign of terror.
Please wait!
Pop, look over there! A beautiful young girl is trapped by the evil forces. No one is safe from their curse.
They're coming!
human sound in the ancient cemetery brings the evil creatures from their tombs. The Templars perform their sadistic rites. A virgin is sacrificed in a blood ritual. A fiery death for those who can't escape the blind dead. Coming soon from your cemetery.
Day of the Triffids, when terror rained from the sky. The day of the Triffids, when the Earth orbits into a nightmare. When the solid world of everyday reality disintegrates. The whole population is driven by fear towards insanity. The day of the Triffids, when destruction closes in from every side.
Pilot, is he blind too?
It's going to be starvation, fire, pestilence. Anyone caught in the middle of it doesn't stand a chance. I think we ought to get out of here and go on to Spain.
How can you know it's any better there?
I don't.
Doesn't seem to have any central nervous system.
Then how does it move?
All plants move. They don't usually pull themselves out of the ground and chase you.
You have never been married?
No.
Why?
Guess I've never been in one spot long enough to get caught.
And now you are saddled with a family.
It might have its points.
The day of the Triffids, when law and order are overwhelmed in an avalanche of terror.
Come to the asylum. Come to the asylum to get killed. Come to the asylum.
Yes, I think the time has come to take violence toys away from you.
To get killed. Come to the asylum. To get killed. Asylum.
Now you hurry and get dressed, and I'll go down the hall and,
Asylum, starring Peter Cushing, Britt Eklund, Herbert Lom, Patrick McGee, Barry Morse, Barbara Parkins, Robert Powell, Charlotte Rampling, Sylvia Sims, Richard Todd, James Villiers. Asylum. Asylum. The most exciting film you'll ever see.
I don't, what was it she said? I don't bargain with your kind?
Yeah, I don't bargain with your kind.
People say all kinds of weird shit in this movie.
Maybe she means lecherous piece of shit. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, the movie's full of lecherous pieces of shit.
They're already.
There seems to be a high quotient of
Already.
lecherous creeps.
Yeah, I agree. Hello.
And yeah, people say weird. Some of what I think some of the stuff is coming off weird because of a bad dubbing job. Like it was dubbed by people who had not read the script before they were reading it.
Yeah.
Like in the beginning when that teacher says, I think it was a teacher, he says, "Oh, don't be alarmed. She's just coming off age."
Yeah, what does that mean?
Maybe he was meant to say coming of age, but they didn't want to re-record it. And the guy recording the dub had never read it before and didn't realize how to say it. Probably thought, "Oh, shit on me," right after he said it.
It was weird. It's like, what? What is this?
I was happy at the beginning. Like I said, I haven't seen this before. I was happy at the beginning to hear that bitchin' rockin' theme song, "The Ghoul in School."
Yeah, I liked that too.
That was fun. That's a fun little song. I'm going to look at that and see if I can find a full version of that somewhere. I bet I can on the old YouTubes.
I enjoyed it a lot. I thought that was fun. I also enjoyed how surprised that dead lady looked.
Oh, dude, that was a bitchin' corpse. That was an awesome corpse.
Really freaked out.
Oh, boy.
After being attacked by whatever.
The third lecherous woods creep of the night that she ran into in the woods. She just took a walk in the woods, starts running into creeps.
Yeah.
There's some kind of crime shit going on. Then there's blackmail. Looked like there was going to be blackmail.
Yeah.
That's Sir Alfred, though. He's an exceptionally lecherous creep.
Yeah.
And I guess this is all offset by our new teacher that came not only to teach, but to find himself.
Yeah, to find himself new, fresh meat.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I think he's the one.
You think he's the one?
Yeah.
You think he's the beast?
I do.
Okay, well, let's see. It's Italian. It's mysterious. Let's see if you're right. I don't know. I think that would be too easy to guess right off the bat.
Yeah, I know. You know how I am. I'm always
Those
like,
Italians.
yeah, it's them.
Those Italians will keep you
Here we
guessing.
go.
All right. Let's get back to it. Werewolf in a Girl's Dormitory on Movies from the Madhouse.
Well, now I'm finished. We'll soften the news in all of the papers as you asked, sir.
You're very generous, Inspector, and I should like to thank you in the name of the Council of the Institute.
It's my pleasure,
Mr.
Sir
Swift,
Alfred.
excuse me.
Yes?
One of the girls would like to speak to you.
Make her wait for me. You shall have no reason to worry. I'll increase the supervision over the girls.
There's no need to change this institute into a prison, or we might as well leave the girls in a state reformatory.
Please don't worry, Sir Alfred. I know well how far I can go. Yes? What can I do for you?
Mr. Swift, I found something of Mary's.
What's that? Sit down. Tell me everything.
This morning by post, there arrived a letter for Mary.
Yes?
I opened it. There were only a few words. Mary is blackmailing someone, and in this letter they're threatening her.
From whom is this letter?
There isn't any name.
Mary and blackmail? May I see the letter?
No, I left it in the dresser in the dormitory.
We shall have to call back the inspector. Tommy, call the inspector and ask him to come over as soon as possible. Perhaps the letter has no connection with the death of Mary. However, we cannot ignore it.
No, a blackmailer is not an assassin. They tell me they've legally established that she was torn up by an animal, but we're not very certain you have told us the truth.
The letters are here. I only said that someone was blackmailing Mary.
Let's see them. Well, have they just vanished?
But they were here. I put them here a few minutes ago.
What do you hope to gain with this bad hoax, girl? But let's not waste energy by telling lies and by alarming us. I have fair grounds to arrest you. Excuse me, Director.
You must believe me, Mr. Swift. It was here. Who could have taken it? Whoever did must have known that I left the letter.
Don't be malicious and accuse your companions just because you can't deliver this letter. You are the only one who has seen this letter, and we have to believe your words.
And my report doesn't count at all for you.
It's not for me. It's the police who need the facts. You better return now. I understand that you're upset about the death of your friend. However, I cannot excuse your conduct.
Mary was just assassinated. No one will convince me she was torn up by wolves.
These globules, which are red, are presented in the form of minuscule discs that are biconcave, and there are many of them. There are around 5 million in each millimeter of blood. They're very elastic, possessing the ability of varying their form. Beside elongation, which we discussed earlier,
You can't be certain about that. What connection could he possibly have with the letter?
Through sections of the body which are
He arrived only a few days ago. Possibly he's been living at Brinsville for many months.
Here is the chart representing the body and blood. Good. We'll leave this lesson as it is for today and pick it up on Tuesday. Please go now.
Done.
You're coming.
No, I want to speak to the professor.
Okay.
Professor, excuse me.
What do you want, Priscilla?
I want to speak to you a moment.
But of course. Something you need to know?
Have you seen Mary's body?
Yes.
Why didn't I and the other girls get a chance to see it before the burial?
Maybe it's better that you remember her the way you last saw her.
You know the story of the wolves.
What do you mean?
But those scratches, those wounds, were they made by a wolf?
To my knowledge, this has not yet been confirmed, and I don't have any actual reason to doubt it.
Why did you come to instruct here? You're not from Brinsville.
No, from another town. And I didn't choose it, this place. It was my destiny, not my ambition to accept. Wish something else right now?
No, I felt you might know something about the death of Mary, but I see you won't tell me anything.
Priscilla, what are you doing here?
Shh, Sandy, help me. I must open this dresser of Mary.
But why?
Get a move on. See if you can try to open it.
One key's the same as another. If this one can make it.
Force it. There they are. Take it. Mary, I need you, and you can have anything you want, but I must see you. And please reply very quickly in person. I embrace you, my love. Not even signed. And also this one.
Read it. Read it.
No, not yet. No one must ever see this because I know which one murdered Mary. I know the man.
Yes. It's very difficult to understand, but now that you've been with us here for a week, what's your impression?
Well, I don't think these girls are any more difficult than others of their age.
Perhaps you're right, but these have found the bitterness of life much too early.
Yes, I must agree with you, even without knowing them as well as you do. Tell me, that one, for instance. What's she done? Why is she here?
She was convicted of attempted homicide. She was living with that poor Mary in town. One night a sailor was trying to beat Mary, almost strangled her. Then Priscilla, defending her friend, almost killed the sailor.
Now I understand. That's why the news of Mary's sudden death touched her so deeply.
Yes. As the girls are alone here, a friendship like this can sometimes be their only consolation.
And where's the hard cash?
He'll pay you after. Maybe he'll give you more because he likes you.
I?
Yes, you.
I do believe that money makes a person do anything, don't you? It's tough for a girl to resist the fancy notion of cash when she needs it, hmm? Good dog. Stop it. It's a friend. I was expecting you.
Where do we have to go?
You'll see. Are you afraid of the wolves?
No.
Come on, let's go. Watch the house well, Wolf. Quickly, we can't afford to be seen by anybody. Come on, we haven't far to go. Only the beasts fighting among themselves, Priscilla. Come on.
Come on. Is this where it was, Walter?
What do you mean?
Is this where they found Mary?
How would I know? Come on. He's expecting you. Go. Go on, girl, go on. He's waiting for you.
Don't be afraid.
You're Sheena Whiteman.
You expected to find my husband, am I right? Stop it. Take this. This is so you'll have a worthwhile reason for coming here. To me, you're another common slut, just like all the others. And as of now, it's finished between you and my husband.
Whiteman. It was your husband. Now it's clear to me.
What's clear to you, you little tart? You're all alike. You're all ready to sell yourselves.
Yes, but not to be killed. Your husband has killed Mary Smith because she received this.
No. My husband is perhaps a philanderer, but he's not an assassin.
Then I'll explain all this to the police.
I warn you, girl, you'd better not be foolish, or I'll be forced to appeal to the dogs.
That wouldn't help you at all. All the other letters are securely hidden, in case they find me like my friend, attacked by the wolves.
Where are the other letters? Do you have them?
Those letters will be delivered to the police. I only want to know who's written them.
Oh, that's the reason you came here.
Yes, that's the reason, even if you don't believe me.
Sit down. I believe you, but also you must listen to me. For a long time I've been watching my husband. He's a strange man. He's a sadist. Everyone else believes he's a respectable person. And he's not even faithful. It's true. It's true the other night he had an appointment with that Mary. I followed him, intending to interrupt them and put an end to it once and for all. They met each other, and when Alfred left her, I know that girl was alive, still living. But suddenly, there occurred something horrible. It wasn't my husband who killed your friend, and it was not the wolves. There was a moon. I saw that the assassin didn't run away immediately. He remained in almost a contortion for some moments on the bridge before going, and it was then that I was able to recognize him.
Who's there?
Where?
Over there. There was someone at the window.
Oh, it was that caretaker who brought you here.
Who do you say is the murderer?
I don't want to tell you. Not now, anyway. It's better that you keep your nose out of this filthy mess. The letters and all the rest. Also that poor girl. Her name would be covered with mud. Let her rest in peace.
But she was assassinated.
Another dirty scandal would be the final ruin of us all, and certainly wouldn't bring back to life your Mary.
Do you still love your husband?
Yes.
To the point of killing one of his lovers?
I? Why? What sort of a person do you think I am?
The dogs. You didn't say anything to them. If they'd find me killed by them, they'd believe it was the wolves.
You are really stupid. I've been foolish to confide in you.
Calm down. What are you doing here at this hour?
Maybe I should ask you the same thing.
But I can respond to that. I'm fixing traps to free the forest from the wolves.
In a certain sense, we were doing the same thing.
What do you have to tell?
Oh, nothing. Were you the one that was following me, Professor?
No. Absolutely. Why?
I don't know. It seemed like someone was following me.
Come on, I think I'd better go back with you to the Institute.
I'm certainly safer going with you than going alone.
Priscilla, I'm sorry, but I have to make a report. You were told not to come here.
Make it. You don't have to worry about me.
You're a strange girl.
Is that a compliment?
Oh, perhaps. You're too pessimistic. Even if life is hard, it's worthwhile living it. You must believe in something. Don't be afraid. It's only a wolf that must have just fallen into one of my traps.
You have to go?
Yes. Excuse me, it's really necessary. You know, the wolves know how to free themselves and escape with a broken foot.
Oh. Don't be worried. I'm almost there already. Professor?
Yes?
The report?
Don't worry about it. I won't say anything to anybody about it this time. I won't even ask you what you were doing out at this hour. You see, I have faith in you.
Thank you.
Priscilla.
Professor? Is it you?
All clear. I'm the lookout. I give the warning if raid shows up. Raid!
Yes, Raid, house and garden bug killer for both indoors and outdoors. Raid hunts bugs down like radar. Sweeps flies and mosquitoes from the air. Attacks roaches and ants as they crawl. And kills them dead. Kills all kinds of bugs indoors. Outdoors, Raid house and garden bug killer wipes out insects that attack your flowering plants. Even protects evergreens. So get Raid. It smells good, but it really kills them dead. Created by Johnson's Wax.
John Agar is the nice-looking young man, introduced by John Hoyt to pretty June Kenny. And when boy meets girl, well, they do what comes naturally. But the loss of love has made this mild-mannered man into a maniac. A maniac who wants to make you a plaything. And the fearsome fact is, he knows how to do it.
Why, I'm your friend.
How would you like to be a living doll? This madman can do with as he pleases. A monster his own woman had reason to flee. See, the world that the child in each of us knows. See, a baby doll take a bubble bath in a coffee can.
What are you talking about? Sally. Tell her. He said that tonight. He said tonight he was going to kill us all.
It only takes one of us to go for help. Feel the fantastic fear of living in a normal world, but being dwarfed by people many times your size.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the ugliest of them all? Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
Devil woman!
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the most terrifying of them all?
The Countess Dracula.
It's beautiful. Beautiful. Have I changed so much?
As a flower changes from bud to bloom, past recognition.
There once was a countess young and fair, with tender skin and flaxen hair. Oh, countess, how do you keep your looks? What secrets in these ancient books?
The book!
What book?
The chapter on blood sacrifices.
Please help me. I don't know what's happened to me.
Say you love me. Say it.
Yes. Yes, yes, I love you. Yes.
Don't you realize that you get uglier each time you get old? And you can't go on killing forever?
Why not?
That woman embodies all her virtues. Mistress, friend, and mother in one. Does such a woman exist? You know she does.
Do your lovers know how you cling to youth? Dare you tell them the dreadful truth? These walls could tell, but cannot speak of the sudden cry, the muffled shriek.
Dobie,
Where is she?
look at me, Dobie. Look at me.
And what will your daughter say? She arrives tomorrow, and she'll find you as young as she is.
Hold me.
No. Blood. Whose blood?
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the most terrifying of them all?
The Countess Dracula.
Have I changed so much? I don't know what's happened to me.
Blood. Whose blood?
Devil woman.
Well, apparently, I mean, while a werewolf is a vicious creature, very dangerous.
Yes.
But it can, if you have a family dog, you're all set.
Especially a German Shepherd.
Yeah, you'll have no werewolf problems.
That's right.
At your place.
Taken care of.
This was directed by, I'm probably going to butcher this, Paolo Husch, Italian. Started his career right after the Second World War. I looked into him a little bit. He directed the first science fiction film produced in Italy.
Oh.
It was the Day the Sky Exploded.
Cool. We'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. He went on to direct all kinds of shit, all kinds of movies. Spy movies and heist movies and shit.
Fun.
Up through the '60s. Didn't really, I mean, nothing really of note that I recognized, but it's neat to find out these things. He died in, I want to say 85. Oh, I might be wrong on that one. But I am enjoying the movie. It's got a little bit more of a sleaze vibe than I was expecting it to.
Yeah.
It's very early 60s Italian style.
Reform school girls.
Everyone's involved in some. There's goddamn shit. That mean old bitch got chloroformed and then shot up with something. It looked like it might have been fatal.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's something that turned you into a wolf beast.
Right. We don't know if she's gonna turn into a forest beast.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wolf thing.
It's nice and mysterious. I'm looking forward to finding out. I'm enjoying the film very much.
I am too. It's fun. I like it.
Sometimes there's a little too much story, but, you know. Oh well, it's Italian. They do that sometimes.
I like that too.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see if it gets any more confusing with all the crime and shit going down along with the supernatural werewolf crap.
No, reform school girls. I mean, werewolf in a girl's dormitory.
Yeah. On movies from the Madhouse.
Sheena was all to me. A companion both good and kind and devoted.
Seems she was attacked by a monster, one of the girls from the Institute, and she was saved by a dog.
One of the girls saw this. She said his right arm was torn open by the dog.
The police have to inspect each and every man in these...
Absolutely.
The police are asleep here. We'll have to try and find it ourselves. Certainly. Brownsville will not lay down. We'll find him.
Yes, we'd better act before he strikes again. We don't want him to get hold of one of our children.
Sheriff. Okay, talk.
She's still in the infirmary. The dresser, we didn't find anything.
You must. You have to find them. If I don't recover those letters, I cannot rest.
Look at that man. His right arm isn't functioning.
He's the caretaker of the Institute.
Sir Alfred. The girl was attacked right in the vicinity of the guardhouse.
Certainly it's him. Come on, what are we waiting for?
Careful. Don't move. He mustn't get out of here. He must account for what he has done.
Stop it! You're all going mad. Let go of that knife. Walter, nobody's going to do you any harm. Now let him pass through.
The man's hand. Look, men. Look at his hand.
This man has no scar on his hand. His hand has been like this since he was born. Now we're leaving. Step aside. Come on.
Come on, go on and sit down. Nothing is happening. Get going, boys.
What were you doing with Sir Alfred?
Nothing, Dr. Stratton. Why?
Return to the Institute. These people could do you great harm.
Yes, sir.
But why are you crying? It's all in the past now. Calm yourself. Here you are protected.
Yes, yes. But it isn't that.
And what is all this?
Sheena Whiteman.
Sheena? Is this what's troubling you? Tell me why. You must have faith in me, Priscilla. You know that you can trust me.
Finally. They wouldn't even let me in here. They told me I mustn't stay long. Oh, excuse me. I'm not disturbing you.
No, I was just telling the professor how very pleased I am to see him.
Priscilla.
But at this point, it's better to say it all. Right, Professor?
Sir Alfred, we've been risking our reputation for him. Just what am I to do? This whole story repulses me.
In saving him, you saved the reputation of the Institute.
Come in. Sandy, what is it?
I must speak to you. It's something terrible.
Well, what is it? So speak.
I know who the monster is.
What's that?
Julian Alcott, the professor of science. He's a badly damaged arm.
This is not enough proof to even mention.
Mary was murdered the night of his arrival. It's him, and he's in the infirmary with Priscilla talking to...
Go and call Professor Alcott now, and don't tell anyone what you just said to me.
But I...
Listen, if your suspicions are correct, I shall call the police. Now go ahead. Tommy, call Professor Alcott immediately.
I cannot tell you too often, but I must have those letters.
With pleasure, Sir Alfred. If the letters are still here in the Institute, I'll find them.
Good.
You wanted to see me, sir?
Yes. What, in your opinion, happened in the woods?
Well, I believe it has to do with a lycanthropist.
In other words, a sort of werewolf.
Exactly.
Please explain this to me further.
What is this? An interrogation?
Better to tell me than the police, don't you think?
Yes, of course. Well, you know of my career as a doctor. It was terminated by a tragic incident. I was working for Dr. Benson at the mental hospital for the criminally insane. There was a girl. She was accused of homicide. But the poor girl could not absolutely recall killing anyone. She seemed perfectly normal. I must add, I was in love with her.
Continue, please.
In a full moon, she would behave in a very strange way. She would lose complete control of herself and transform absolutely. And her face was like a beast's. Professionally, I wanted to try to help her. And after a certain time, I discovered a temporary antidote. And it's so difficult, actually, without my using the medical terms to explain.
I've
this
always
to
been
you.
interested in medicine, and I think I could follow you.
The pituitary gland controls the function of the hormones, influencing the sexual organs and the thyroid. And as a direct reaction, it can cause a psychophysical transformation. My colleagues refuted this theory of mine, and I had proven it unequivocally. For example, at every lunar cycle, the pituitary gland acts strangely and becomes enlarged at the start of the transformation. Our psychocontrols upset the balance of the neuroglandular system, causing incredible distortions in the skin, hair, and teeth. In this state, the patient cannot be saved. I was successful with the extract of the brain of a wolf, while I was experimenting on her. One night, she gave herself an overdose. Perhaps I made it too strong. And the police then accused me of killing her. Do you want to know more?
In observing the body of Mary, did you feel the crime was committed by a lycanthropus?
Yes. I'm almost sure about it. I continued my studies in this matter.
And this led you to other discoveries. Is it possible to rid yourself completely?
I don't know. But that's not of importance anymore. Since I've been here, I've been trying to capture a wolf to extract his glands.
They're not rare in our forests. But tell me, Professor, have you ever experimented on yourself?
Once. I had to find out what it would be like for a normal human being. It was impossible to observe myself.
Would you mind showing me your right arm?
No, of course not. Yes, it's hurt. But I did not attack Priscilla.
A strange coincidence, don't you think? Before you arrived, there never was any talk about monsters in this town.
Then you think that I'm...
Professor, you said yourself that a person can be completely out of control during a crisis. How much does he remember afterwards?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not even one sign remains of it. I assure you that this is what happens. Anyway, I must assure you of one thing. I hurt myself accidentally.
Professor, I want to believe every word of it, though it may not appear that way. But I advise you, however, to take great care. Perhaps you had better discontinue your experiment.
Absolutely not. But I can't. The life of a human being may depend on it.
And who might this be?
I don't know. You asked me to tell you about a lycanthropus. His sickness must have satisfaction. In the next transformation, he'll try again.
And you believe that if you manage to find a definite antidote, you'll probably save the life of that person. Then you know who the attacker is.
Well, if I should discover an antidote, I'm sure that this person would certainly want to be helped.
Sick or not, Professor, he'll be obliged to give himself up.
I'm a doctor. It's not fair to treat a lycanthropus like a murderer. If ever I'm successful in finding a cure, these poor victims could possibly begin to lead a normal life, like others.
Perhaps you're right, if you think murder won't bother his conscience.
If you should ever find out that I am the monster, I should like to be treated the same as you would like to be.
I understand you perfectly. That's impossible. Look there!
Where?
At the top of the stairs!
Walter, stop, or I'll shoot!
Girls, go back to the dormitory. This is nothing for you to see.
I said stop, or I'll shoot!
Well, there's nothing more to do.
He was the monster. He tried to kill Sandy.
Enough of that. Miss Leonora, get them all inside.
Go on, girls, enough now. Go on inside.
Was he the monster?
Perhaps the monster never existed. Walter smothered the girl. Now, please, go on, Tommy.
I'm going to call the police.
All right.
Professor,
Priscilla.
what's happened?
Priscilla. It's terrible. Walter killed himself.
No.
It's true. We caught him by surprise fleeing from the dormitory. After he tried to kill one of the girls. Sandy.
Sandy?
Yes.
So Walter was the monster.
No. He couldn't be the monster.
But why not?
Because Walter had a dog. And dogs can't stand the odor of wolves.
This is appalling, Sir Alfred.
Yes. It's like a compulsion I have here inside of me. And why am I like this? I don't know why. But I've never killed anybody. I've always paid. I've always paid for everything.
Those that seem the best sometimes commit the worst. You know you've killed Walter.
No. I only asked him to find the letters. I didn't know he'd be foolish enough to risk his life. You must help me.
By helping you, Miss Leonora and I were almost involved in this dirty scandal. If Miss Leonora and I had not discovered the letters, you would be in jail.
I'm innocent. If only Sheena was still alive.
But why?
Because Sheena, that night, when Mary was killed, she followed me. She saw who it was.
Don't invent these absurd stories. There's no need for it. I have no intention of denouncing you.
I haven't had a moment of peace since Sheena died. It's as if I had killed her with my own hands. If only I had the courage to kill myself. But Sheena knew. She knew.
If she knew, why didn't she speak up?
I don't know. Maybe she kept silent to blackmail me. She said that with one word, she could send me to the gallows.
Even the death of your own wife looks strange in the light of this story.
Strange? You think that I...
I'm not thinking anything. What are you going to do?
What will you do? If you destroy me, you destroy yourself as well.
Go, Sir Alfred.
This is the family I love and care for. And when I learned of the desirability of replacing foods high in saturated fat, Mazola liquid corn oil became part of our everyday meals. Now I buy new Mazola margarine too. Because of all leading brands, it's best to replace spreads high in saturated fat. Let me tell you why. I used to buy a corn oil margarine which I thought gave me the same benefits of Mazola. But at a recent food demonstration, I learned that the ordinary corn oil margarine I had put such faith in is hydrogenated. So most of its natural liquid corn oil nutrition is lost. But the corn oil in Mazola margarine is never hydrogenated. So you get the full nutritional benefit of Mazola's liquid corn oil. Of all leading brands, new Mazola margarine, rich in polyunsaturates, is best to replace spreads high in saturated fat. For the family you love, serve delicious new Mazola margarine. They'll love its light, delicate flavor every day.
Teaserama is coming to this theater soon. Teaserama stars voluptuous Tempest Storm, that lovely hurricane of delight. Teaserama is an all-new full-length feature film that's entertaining and colorful. Seeing is believing, so see for yourself why Tempest Storm is the biggest attraction in burlesque today. So big, we had to use widescreen to film Teaserama. Teaserama is a complete, all-new burlesque show filmed in beautiful new Eastman color. A $4 show for the price of a movie ticket. Teaserama features the world's most beautiful, exotic girls who strip to please. Exotic Trudy Wayne, burlesque's body beautiful. Betty Page, the nation's top pin-up queen. And buxom Terry Knight, strip act. See famed female impersonator Vicki Lynn's sexy novelty dance. Is it really male or female? See the humorous burlesque comedians Joey Ross and Dave Starr with their gags and funny blackout skits. Teaserama is a daring riot of color, music, and laughs. See the gorgeous striptease queens in action as they display their charms. Tempest Storm is the girl with a 40-plus bust who goes 3D to better. Tempest Storm in her boudoir is every man's dream girl. There's sexy seconds to every minute in Teaserama. See the daring display of torsos in Teaserama as the dancers strip to please. See Betty Page's dozen changes of scanty costumes. Don't fail to see Teaserama, which is coming to this theater soon. Watch for it.
Come in. Come closer. Closer. That's right. I'm Vincent Price. You'll be just as safe in this house of fear as any of the other 5 victims murdered by the Bat. In all of the annals of mystery, there's never been a more elusive, fearsome, and cunning killer. He'll lure you through hidden passages to make you his next victim. But nobody lives forever, so why be afraid of the bat?
How long's he been dead?
Oh, I'd say about a half an hour. Do you believe it was the bat?
That's a bat's trademark.
Perhaps he's still in the house.
That's possible.
It says here that the bat never leaves no fingerprints.
That's understandable. Having no face, he probably has no fingers either.
The bat is waiting for you.
Well, Luciano Pagazzi, he's not Peter Lorre, but we can pretend.
Right.
Plays Walter, whose arm wasn't fucked up the whole time.
I know. What's that bullshit about? Oh, he was born that way. Feel guilty.
Right.
Bullshit.
What a bullshitter.
I know.
Lecherous creeps, every one of them. Everyone in this movie, lecherous creep.
I know. Even the good new teacher.
Mhm.
Don't you trust me? You can trust me. Mhm. Yeah, I don't think so. I think he's the damn werewolf.
You're back to him?
Well,
I mean, they throw it all around.
I know.
They try and fool you. We still don't know.
I know.
We know that Walter fucking smothered that girl, though.
We know that Walter's arm is just fine now.
Well, not now.
Wasn't
It's dead
okay.
like the rest of him.
Oh, that's right. It's true. It's dead like the rest of it.
Here's a fun fact. Barbara Lass,
Yes.
who plays our lead in this.
The last.
Yes. Barbara Lass, the Lass. She was, is just a random fun fact I found while doing my homework.
She was Bonnie. She was a Bonnie Lass.
She was Roman Polanski's wife from 1959 to 1962.
Oh. Oh, interesting.
Polarizing guy, Roman Polanski.
I love his movies. I don't really like, that's that separating the artist from the art thing.
Yeah, it's a serious discussion to have.
Yes.
It's something to discuss.
Perhaps in a podcast, but not this evening.
Not right now, although, who knows, we might have time.
I know.
It's not the longest of films. And directly related to that statement, here comes the conclusion of, we still don't have any answers yet.
I know. Who is it?
We know, we don't know any. We don't have any idea. Werewolf in a Girl's Dormitory on Movies from the Madhouse. I fucking love that title.
I know, it's so fun.
Why didn't you tell me about Sir Alfred?
Because I was afraid. I don't know much about you, Julian. You continue to have secrets. Julian, I know you're a medical doctor.
Ah. Well, then. You must also know that I'm a failure.
Julian, is one mistake really so bad?
Oh, no. But it's a battle, Priscilla. One cannot forget the past when it keeps following you. All right, let's go. There are more important things things to be done now.
Excuse us, Sir Alfred, but it's very important that we see you.
I'm sorry, but I don't have a lot of time to give you. Please.
Sir Alfred, I have a very delicate question to ask you. Let me assure you, I will tell no one of this visit.
But I don't understand, Professor Alcott. I have nothing to hide.
You're in bad trouble because of your relations with Mary Smith.
How dare you, sir?
The letters. Sir Alfred, that is not the point. I want to know exactly what happened that night you met with Mary in the woods.
Professor, are you accusing me? Do you have any proof?
I didn't say that. But I wondered if you'd come with me to the police.
The police?
Yes. I don't doubt your innocence. But there are some facts that have to be cleared up.
I don't have to defend myself. You're crazy if you think that I had...
Believe me, don't worry. We don't want a scandal. I know. The facts are all against you right now. But if you have nothing to hide, why are you afraid?
All right. Perhaps I was wrong. So we had a relationship, but that's all there was to it. There's no reason to believe that I would murder her. Excuse me, will you, a moment, please? I'll go get the letters, and you can see for yourself.
Well, what about him?
It's a possibility.
Leonor. My poor Leonor.
It's necessary to have a second injection.
I know.
Oh, darling, please, let us finish the cure now.
No. Better that you leave me like this. I wish that you hadn't been late that night.
I arrived too late. Probably at that moment, Mary was escaping in the woods and might well have seen me come here.
Don't have remorse now.
You don't know what I've done.
Leonor, you're thinking about Sheena Whiteman.
How did you know that?
Sir Alfred told me that Sheena knew who Mary's murderer was.
I was so frightened. Sheena and Priscilla saw each other in the forest. I saw it through the window. Sheena must have seen you kill Mary that night. You must know I was forced to do it.
And she recognized me.
Yes.
Oh, all the bad I've done.
But we must fight back to save you, because without you, I don't exist.
Leonor, the second injection. You know I'm not a murderer. Watch out! Leonor! Get away from her! Get away from her! Leonor! I can't help you, Leonor! Get away from her, you filthy beast! Get away! Get away from her! Leonor! I can't help you! Get away! Leonor! Leonor! My darling! The key, Leonor. I'll kill you! Don't get away from me. You've killed my Leonor. I'm gonna beat your brains out. I'll kill you! I'll kill you! Oh, murdering dog! I'll kill you! Kill! I'll kill you! Kill!
have known it was Walter. You were with him that night in the guardhouse.
So what? And now?
Listen to that story. Tell us, Pris, is it because you're making time with the professor that you're being so very uppity about it?
Don't listen to her, please.
Miss Leonore will not be with you this morning. She had to leave for reasons of her own. You may stay in the park this morning, and tomorrow you'll attend the funeral of Walter. Silence! You have no right to judge others, much less when they are dead. Judgment is for God alone.
Be calm. After all, he got what he deserved.
No!
Get away! Get away from here!
Get back here! Wolf!
The death of his master might have affected him. A beast sometimes is especially sensitive.
It's true. Perhaps he feels guilty of Walter's death. I'm going now.
Wolf! Wolf! What are you doing? Leave me alone. Wolf, where are you taking me? What are you looking for?
What are you doing here?
There. Over in the woods. It's terrible. It's
What's
terrible.
happened? What have you seen?
I've seen a corpse. It's Walter.
What are you saying to me? You're imagining things.
No, I've seen it. It's not my imagination. The dog led me to it. Wolf.
A dog?
I followed him and he took me into the woods. At a certain place he began to dig and uncovered something. It was Walter.
You're still in shock from that night. Come inside. I'll get you something to drink. All right, I'll go and phone the police. But if we find nothing again this time, come in.
But if the body of Walter is buried in the woods, Who could be buried in the cemetery? Mr. Swift? Mr. Swift, what are you doing? Can't you hear me?
Leonore. I've killed again.
You haven't killed Priscilla. I shot you. I had to.
It's better this way. Without Leonore, I don't want to live. She was with me always. She tried her best. But it's no use now. I murdered Mary Smith in the woods.
What excites
I went out and killed her. I don't remember. I hoped it could be cured. I followed your research. I begged Benson to send you. Leonore is in Walter's grave. Is she we buried in the cemetery? May God forgive me.
Well, now it's finished.
The moon. It was a nightmare for me.
I know. Now the nightmare is past.
Well, it was that guy all along.
Yeah, that guy.
Not Christopher Lee, but we can pretend.
That's right.
I dug this movie. I really did.
I had fun with it.
I enjoyed it. It was. I thought it was going to be way hokier. I thought it was going to be a much more
I did
hokey
too.
film.
There was actually story.
I thought it was going to be a lot more wholesome. I thought it was not going to have, regardless of the title, I didn't think it was going to be as sleazy. I thought it was going to be a little more kid-friendly.
Yeah.
But, no, I dug it. So many lecherous old dudes.
I know. Even like the young teacher guy at the end.
Yeah, with his shirt all undone, Doc Savage style.
Yeah. His arm around her, he's like, alright, baby.
Yeah.
Glad this is all in the past.
But I fucking dug it. Yeah, that's really all I can say about it. I dug the movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at. Like I said, I don't think this director really stayed as a horror mainstay. You know, I think he just directed whatever. You know.
We'll have to watch more of his stuff.
I would like to see that first one, The Day the Sky Exploded. I'd like to see what that is all about.
Me too. We should watch
Being
that.
the first Italian film, science fiction film.
Yeah.
To be produced in Italy.
I would like that.
I would too.
I would like that.
I'm sorry.
What was the other name for this movie?
Oh shit! It was Lycanthropus.
Lycanthropus.
This movie was also billed under. That's a fun. Why is there not a metal band named that? Doesn't there need to be?
Yes.
A metal band named
I
Lycanthropus?
can already see the T-shirt that you can't really understand.
You can't read it.
Yeah.
Looks like a pile of sticks.
I love it. That would be good.
That would be really good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit. Like I said, we got some big plans coming up.
Oh, yes, we do.
There's going to be a whole new world of the Madhouse coming very soon.
Yes, we're plotting and planning.
Becoming a juggernaut, if you will. So, but as for tonight, I think that's it. Time to get back in your straitjackets.
Yes.
Whether you're hotter than hell or cool as a corpse, we'll see you in your nightmares.